wish I could do was make my own bookmarks.
Mm-hmm.
These PDFs.
That would be pretty good.
That would just be glorious.
Yep. Yep. So yeah.
That's what you need to build.
Yeah, who wants to do the recap?
Welcome back to Way of the Wicked. I will do the recap.
Welcome back.
Last time on Way of the Wicked, we arrived at Davrin, city of Boring, where we met an old friend, the Fire Axe, who was in a talkative mood and then very sad, because apparently Thorn is sending him out to die, and then when he has done so, supposedly he will serve for an eternity at Throne's secret fortress of the Iron Throne. We don't know exactly what that is. We did offer to, an alternative to Fire Axe. We'll see if he picks us up on that. Apart from that, he said basically enjoy yourself in the city. You have a month before Theodora shows up to ruin everyone's fun. And we said, alright, let's poke around the city. So we did. We went to the old, Golden and Bank district and found nothing. We went to the old cleric quarter and found an arch-cardinal shivering in a basement. And we found a magical glove and some other knickknacks. And after that we went to in the invisible bank shop quarter we also found a lot of copper pans, which we promptly looted for some reason. And after that we went southward to Cliffward because we heard a rumor that there was some sort of prison down there that we're gonna take a look at, and we did, and found the prison still guarded. We killed the guards, freed the prisoners, and basically made the prison our headquarters. I think that's what happened. We're still on the hunt for the Baron, who is hiding somewhere in Davrin. We don't know where, but we're pretty sure he's still around because he hates wizards and wouldn't teleport away.
And of course, for our roleplay, of course, you managed to get some backstory information about some different characters now.
Yeah. Also, there was a portrait delivered to Zacharias, which, if it happens again, will probably be hit by a disintegrator ray.
Hey, it was business.
Oh, it's only business.
That whole portrait business might be a good point to start.
Oh, good.
You want to start in the prison with portraits?
Bugbears would love...
no, like near the evening of one of the days.
Sure. It would be the evening of the prison then. I guess we moved our base of operations in there. Zacharias would have taken the warden's room or something. Basically locked the door, put up all the boards, and being in there. Not showing his face.
So do we have a map of the prison? I don't think we do.
The warden's room is... I'll make you a red dot. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, see, that's what I'll do.
Yeah, see?
It's
You know what I'll do.
out here.
Okay.
That's your red dot.
That's a red dot.
Yeah.
Let's go over there.
Might even be able to find you a name tag.
Zacharias has to be on the red dot. There we go.
Hide the red dot with our token, so it becomes pointless.
Cash, you're not in Zacharias' room.
I mean, we
No.
we of course toss the place for any more valuable so we can find it. Other than that, I mean, basic weapons and armor and stuff we give to the minions.
And Marcus, you're not in Zacharias' room either.
Also, Zacharias will contact Trick and some of the other minions and basically say that the lords have relocated to the prison, and all minions and organizations should convene on that place.
As you have now rated the second worst prison in Talengard.
Yeah.
Well, it was prior to the assault on the city.
best one.
We've seen worse.
So are we just gonna go on the prison tour now? Where's the next one?
Currently, in this prison, there's a lot of people whom you have freed. They have more or less chosen to stay, even though they were many have sort of opted for leaving. But set with the sort of ultimatum of joining or really dying in some cases, most have opted to join these evildoers or saviors, or whoever they are, who will let them live and do what they're told to do.
I mean, they can take their chances out there. They're free to leave.
At the moment, they're most willing to stay, as
Oh.
they in their ragged prison clothes and with only a few stolen swords and such. They do not really feel like going out and facing a bugbear horde, a hungry bugbear horde, as population of Davrin has been diminishing rather fast.
Strange.
That's very unsurprising.
So, the warden's office.
Yeah.
Yes, it is very sparse, as with many offices you now have been in. And this man was clearly someone who did not have a whole lot of luxury. Was a man of duty. Really only had what was necessary to have the job. Probably had another house somewhere, like a place where he lived, somewhere in the city. There are keys though, as you would also found on him.
Sure. Does the prison have, like, confiscated goods department?
It doesn't seem that way.
Well, I guess it has an armory of sorts, and will arm, like, the minions with, like,
Yeah,
basic stuff.
there are some against stolen weapons that
Yeah.
can be acquired.
So we have some basic defenses. Or they have, rather.
Could you who recruits from these prisoners?
Kyron will certainly take a few who look promising to him.
Yeah, Marcus will as well.
I think everyone said they're basically recruiting.
Zacharias will take a look if someone seems to meet his very specific recommendations. You said there were a few spellcasters in there because, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Zacharias will certainly recruit from them.
Cash will go for. Well, you go for the sneaky ones, the thieves. That's what you need.
Mostly the female.
Sure.
Yeah,
well-
mostly female.
Could you all then roll each a diplomacy check? I just need to know what you get.
Very well.
Actually, it's a skill check, isn't it?
Well, that
And then-
sucks.
35.
35. God damn it.
Wow.
39. Oh, by
I only
What
have
was that?
7 to the
I had to ask Jonas, what was that roll?
That's a roll of a 17. No,
Not bad. Would you like to know what my roll?
15.
Would you like to know what my roll was?
15. It's a 15.
Jesus.
Would you like to know what my roll was? That was a 7.
Yeah.
Sure.
22.
Man,
Oh, that's...
It's pretty decent across the board.
I'm so special with my high rolls.
Yes, come with me. You will totally live.
Come with me if you want to not die.
Unfortunately, all the prisoners have plus 50 sense motive.
I will make you live forever in my court of night. That's an odd recruitment speech. Oh well.
Guess I'll go with this guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you seem trustworthy.
he doesn't look
So
shady at
there
all.
certainly are some barracks in here, some sort of cheap beds. There's really no luxury. It is not really an awesome place to rest, but you know, there are no bugbears and there are no sort of corpses. And even though the smell isn't particularly good, yeah, it's okay. The people here, the prisoners or ex-prisoners as they are now, new recruits if you wish, seem to be very starved. It seems that after these people have been hauled up in the prison for some time, the prisoners have not really been the ones with the priority for food. And the prison hasn't had that much. It wasn't built for siege. It's built to prevent escape. So they're quite starved, not feeling great. Yeah. I mean, these people will do pretty much anything, really, to survive now, so it's a good band of desperate people.
Just
Nothing to lose.
Frantic typing commences. So yeah, at some point in the evening after taking the prison, Zacharias would certainly have a knock at whatever door he has taken for himself.
Yeah, warden office probably.
Yeah.
Well, whoever is knocking on the door, presumably Kyron, is gonna be. Who knows? It's gonna be a couple of minutes, and then you hear Zacharias' voice sort of muffled behind the door. What?
Well, it's not actually time. Let me change the token, shall
Oh,
we?
god damn it.
Don't tell me you
lies.
didn't expect this.
No one expects! The Spanish Telemundus.
Telemundus Inquisition.
Well, Telemundus will, of course, not answer to his very rude question and just enter. The portrait trailing behind him, floating, that he somehow managed to acquire. And he looks at Zacharias rather disappointed and says,
Zacharias at this point, like, he has the door open a bit, looking at Telemundus out in the corridor. Like, looking at the portrait and then looking at Telemundus and, like, you know, he like, massages, like, the bridge of his nose and says, I really do not have the time or the inkling right now.
"Oh, you certainly have the time. The inkling, that does not matter to me. But what do you think this is?" as the painting floats slightly towards Zacharias.
Zacharias, you know, snaps his fingers and the painting floats backwards towards Telemundus.
You don't
He
make
says, that looks like a portrait of you, dragon.
Telemundus frowns even more than before and says, "Everything I do, everything I say has meaning, has implications. I don't have enough time to do meaningless things. I need to be efficient, you know? So let me ask again, what do you think this is meant to be? Meant to represent, perhaps?"
Zacharias again, like, draws himself up and says, Telemundus, listen, I am in the middle of some very important research. This philosophical debate you seem to propose, looking at the portrait floating in the air. I really... I will not lie, Telemundus. This is one of those times where my infinite wisdom and understanding is tested somewhat.
Philosophical debate, hardly. No, in fact, what I'm trying to do with this portrait, as you call it, is something completely different. Let's call it a, not a portrait, but a compromise, perhaps. As he seems to slightly raise an eyebrow to wait for Zacharias' reaction to this.
Well, Zacharias glares back and says, compromise.
I suspect you remember our last talk. That didn't really get us anywhere, do you?
I remember. You tried to make me kneel before you, Telemundus, and my answer is as it was before. I will most certainly not kneel to you.
I know, which is why the portrait floats closer again.
Which is why you want me to have a portrait of you.
You made me wait outside. That is upsetting in and of itself, and my time is limited, so I will be blunt for a change. What I'm proposing, what I've always been proposing, what you're too oblivious to see, is a partnership of sorts. Now, a partnership, of course, can only be made between equals, and we are certainly not equals, nor will never be equals. Which is why my end of the partnership comes with additional requirements for you. Again, the portrait floats slightly closer.
Zacharias looks at the portrait and says, if you value that thing, dragon, it should not get much closer.
Oh, I don't value it at all. I value what it may represent for you. But I am aware how you may see me, and I am also aware that you seem to be not aware enough of what I'm proposing here. First of all, compromises are not in my nature. So the fact that I'm trying to make one in the first place should at least be noteworthy for you, which it apparently is not.
Zacharias, again throws his hair back and looks like very tired, and says, "As I said to Telemundus, I am engaged in some very interesting and engaging research. I must confess that a partnership is certainly something interesting to me, but looking at the portrait, you have caught me at a bad time for this. If it will make you happy, and make you perhaps leave me to my research, then sure, I can take that portrait and stuff it in a corner somewhere."
Telemundus considers. Says, "Very well, I shall leave you then, but not before I say this. I know what you want. You want to bring down those who wronged you. You want to bring back your wife, I believe. I can help you with that." As he turns around and leaves.
Zacharias glares after him, mumbling to himself. Damn Chiron. I should be more careful what I say around him. He makes the portrait like float into the room and like throws it in a corner somewhere. And then locks the door and goes back to his very important and high sorcery research.
Quote unquote research.
Research.
All right. Anyone else do anything this evening?
Yes. How's the cow?
The cow seems fine, although it seems as Sirius goes to it, it seems to be very affectionate.
Oh, good.
It sort of wants to get close and be pet. And such.
Yes, I shall pet you for now.
Cow sort of rushes and looks longingly out, sort of misses the fresh air and the grass under its hooves. And
Cash will be informed of a complete story of this.
Cash will give Azorius the look. Why the hell did you tell me this?
Your cow now. As he flies away.
Did you say he flies away?
It's a serious, by the way.
Away!
He sprouts its wings and just flies up.
Well, Cash will take some tests from the cow, see if it's sick or anything.
the cow seems fine. It just seems a bit sort of depressed that it can't get outside. And it seems very affectionate towards Cash.
Stupid cow. Ah! Do we have a kitchen or something?
Would you like me to cook him?
Yes, cook him.
Would you like him cooked with hell?
Do whatever you want to him. Feed him to Chiron. Just get rid of this cow.
I cast Flame Strike on the cow.
The cow bursts into flames and dies.
It's not normal flames though. Half of it's unholy hell damage.
I mean, the cow dies. It
Yeah.
cannot
Yeah.
stand against
The point
such
is
fire.
we now have unholy burgers to give to Chiron.
Good. Cash leaves, annoyed.
Chiron, you will receive or Telemundus, depending who's there, will receive a delivery of unholy burgers.
Unholy burgers.
I just like the mental image of this portrait hovering between Zacharias and Telemundus, sort of straining the magical onslaught from both of them, trying to push it onto each other.
Does Chiron eat the hell burgers?
No.
What does he do with the hell burgers?
You will put them in front of someone's door or something.
Whose door? Zacharias.
No. I thought about it, but no. He will just not accept them because he's not really hungry right now.
Oh well.
And who knows where that cow's been? I mean, come on.
You do remember.
Chiron has standards.
I can give you a full report where that cow's been if you wish.
You do remember that you're immune to sickness,
cow.
right?
It's completely healthy. It was just longing to be free.
And now its soul is free.
But the thing about cows having kept in like insides and imprisonment. They just don't taste as good as the free-range cows.
Okay, then feed it to the dogs or something. Do whatever you want.
Do we have
The Chiron wants free-range cows. That's great.
want free range.
He's for the ethical treatment of animals.
Yeah.
Anyway, now the last session of the cow is over. That's all.
All right. All right. Anyone else want to do anything this evening?
Research.
All right. Yeah. Sure.
Are we all
That's-
gonna go
and
back to
it'll-
Zacharias then?
It'll be day 5.
Hmm.
Morning in the prison. It's groaning and such all around. Some people have died. Some people have run. Generally, no one has bothered you.
Good. And a little too bad.
So, do you wish to gather information today?
Sure.
Sure.
Right. Who wants to do the roll?
What, diplomacy rule or no?
Zacharias.
No, just a d20.
Oh, just
I think Malachi knows my d20s are high enough.
Aha.
Aha! That's probably a good one.
Shriekers. Oh no.
Oh!
Oh.
I mean, remember, it's the same company and same world.
All right. Well, you will walk past a few bugbears. You don't seem very talkative today. So sluggish. Someone probably found a brewery or something. But one of them says that I'll go to the merchant's quarter, Golden Hall again, as the best loot. Tomorrow I'll sack it again. I'll be twice as rich. He's really happy. I'm really drunk.
Twice as many copper pants.
Oh, dude, we better get those copper pans.
Oh.
I will look back to Zacharias and just give him a look of basically kind of just like the humiliating look of the fact that from seeing Zacharias go through copper pans.
You know, Zacharias will, of course, immediately disintegrate the bugbear so he can have all the copper pants to himself.
I need them.
Oh,
Do you actually disintegrate?
I
them?
am very tempted, but no.
Oh. Fine, Chiron can just breathe over him.
Alright, so he recommends the Golden Hall Quarter. Well, we know that's bogus. There was nothing there.
Well, nothing worth of people of our stature.
Exactly. I'm sure he can buy booze and like whatever else a bugbear want with copper pans, but it won't really, enable us to craft that unholy avenger for Marcus that we want.
So, let's decide where in the town do we want to go today.
Well, that is a good question, isn't
I
it?
kind of thought here might be an interesting place to look at, the artisans' quarters.
What? Bundleton?
Bandleton.
Bundleton?
Yeah, I thought that might be an interesting place to go nonetheless.
Yeah.
Possibly, the Glassborough and Small Water interesting. I don't think it'll be much in Small Water.
Perhaps not. I mean, we certainly we haven't had too much luck in the city. We out here we found a prison full of people. Maybe we should also try to like sweep outside the city.
I mean, if we want to do that, then we
Well-
right somewhere near the river, maybe.
Yeah, we could go near the river.
Why do we have all the people that have been caught by Fire Axe?
What?
The
That-
people
that-
that have been caught. Where are they?
Those aren't people caught by fire axe. There are people caught by the previous owners of the city.
Those caught by Fire Axe.
I don't think there are anyone alive. I think the bugbears eat them.
Is there anyone
Probably.
alive? Malachi?
Pretty much. Bugbears eat them, generally.
So none is alive.
Not that you know of.
If they've been found, that they are either in the bug. That if they're important, they might be with the fire axe. Otherwise, they're dead.
Let's
Cash will ask Chloe to go ask Fire Axe if they have any prisoners.
I'll say let's go. Yeah, let's try Angleton. Why not? It's near the river. It's outside town.
Is that fine?
It has a main road leaving.
It has a main road.
You can go ask Fire Axe. He will say that he does not see any point in keeping prisoners.
So
Yeah, we don't
there's-
really have any leads, so we might just well go anywhere where
Say
we.
that his peace people
Please.
have been searching, but they don't know where they would find them.
Let's go to Angleton. Oh, and we leave the prison in the capable, commanding hands of our favorite Halthus. You are now in control, Halthus. Do not disappoint.
He seems very happy and asks what liberties he may be allowed to take.
Well, for anyone who has officially joined any of the organizations, it's hands off, of course. For anyone else who's still sort of, not really sure, or just seems to be waiting out so they can escape later, he can do whatever he wants, as far as Zacharias is concerned.
You may help them make their decision.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't join us, you'll get tortured to death.
No,
If you do join us,
killing them is just a crude way of doing it.
Well, Halthus knows by now what type of people that usually join our organizations. He can throw one glance at someone and immediately see if he can make the cut or not, right? So
Literally.
yeah,
He'll
literally.
ask if it's okay for people who want to join but clearly don't have the necessary skills.
Oh, Zacharias doesn't care. He wants
We can train them in the skills.
what.
No.
If they don't have the raw intelligence Zacharias at least requires from them, he doesn't care. If you want to pick him up, that's your business. But as far as Zacharias is concerned, do whatever he wants.
Well, if nothing else, we can train them in the skills of being good hellhound bait.
or Marcus food.
See?
The greatest punishment.
I mean, yeah, sure. If Marcus wants a collection of blood dolls, that might be
Oh
something.
god, that's a creepy way to put it. Never mind.
Halthus will inform Marcus that it would not be the first time he had made some of those.
There we go.
They do require quite a bit of cutting and removal of different things, but they should be rather docile when finished.
No,
What?
no.
You-
I don't
the
want.
vampire-
I don't want.
It's too creepy for Marcus the Vampire.
No, I don't want to have an easy time of it.
Oh. But
The thrill of the hunt.
okay. Do you want to
Howling
hunt?
under a full moon. Oh, there's werewolves. No.
Do you want to hunt in the corridors? We let one loose in the winding corridors of the prison, and Marcus hunts him down.
No, we let him loose in the city.
Oh.
Put anti-bugbear pheromones on him.
We can put the glowing glove mark on him, and
Yeah, that'd do it.
and then he runs off. I mean, blood all seems like a good thing. We can have them as snack, like travel food,
Do we perhaps want to focus on more important things?
maybe. Let's go
This
to
is
Angleton.
important.
Zacharias goes to Angleton.
Oh, he needs to leave,
That's-
I
sorry.
can
Go
I
to
can go
Angleton.
for I can go for 2 weeks without feeding. I'll be okay.
You say that now, but it takes some time to make the blood doll.
It does. Have to be trained and everything.
See,
The handle animal skill is very important.
it's like having a lead dog. It needs to be trained.
So you go to Angleton. Or Cash and Marcus stays behind?
Well, no,
No?
Drag your tokens.
I am not having the easiest time of doing that.
Okay, I'll do
Is
it.
there a problem?
My mouse is acting weird.
This was the same problem last time, I think.
Yeah.
To Angleton.
To Angleton.
Yes. As you get to Angleton, you see it is again this small farming district, and it seems pretty untouched by any fighting. Really, it seems rather deserted, and it seems really to be. Well, it's in good condition, which probably means that looters haven't found it very interesting. If you do have keen eyes, and some of you do, so it's not even a problem, Zacharias, for example, would probably see what seems to be large wolf tracks in some of the dust here. They seem to be quite old, but they could possibly come from some of the goblin wolf riders that have joined the Fire Axe recently. Which would have hunted people down here and just killed everyone. And as you look around, you do see a few large wolves sort of lurking about. So how do you go about sort of looking through this area?
Well, we only have part of a day, so like investigating every building is probably not a thing.
I mean, we can probably look for. I mean, if you say it's farming community, maybe it's like some mansions or like some larger, more wealthier farms. We can perhaps focus on those. I mean, the small farms, who really cares? But maybe there are some richer farms, like oh yes, this farmer was clearly wealthy, or maybe someone else like from in the city like built a bigger house. We had in Gastenhall, we had like old manor houses on hills outside of town. Maybe it's the same here, and maybe we can loot those.
All right. I need someone to roll a check. I will not tell you what check it is before you pick who.
I'll do it.
Okay, sure.
It's a perception check. Is that
Okay.
God damn it.
There you go.
You know, we picked the right target.
We probably have 40, yeah. That's pretty good.
All right.
You barely see it.
I mean, they do assume a 50 DC.
Yeah, 50 DC. Could I hit
Yeah.
a 50 DC? I don't think I can. No.
What's your bonus?
It's a plus.
You need to make it plus 30.
It's a plus 26.
No, you couldn't.
Failed us.
As you walk about here, you get to sort of a group of houses which look like a stable, sort of a little tavern and such, and you see what actually looks like a pretty large manor house. Don't push in here. It seems to have been sort of fortified outside. There's some wood planks and whatnot, and there's clearly been some fighting, as the dead goblins sort of piled outside would prove.
I guess we check that out then.
Look, someone actually managed to resist the goblin siege.
The goblin siege, so terrifying.
I
For
realised
farmers, it is.
for a regular person, it's quite an impressive feat. Considering they had wolves with them as well.
Well, let's go in.
Only one way to find out.
As you walk closer, you see that that it seems like there are a bit of movement. The door is barricaded or sort of fortified.
Not for long.
The manor house is made of stone, pretty damn solid, and there are sort of next to the doors 2 small outcroppings with arrow slits in them. And you do seem to see, with your excellent perception, some movement behind some of those. Someone seems to be guarding this place.
Oh, interesting.
Should I just like walk up and tear down the door?
No.
Well, it's a mansion, you can't enter.
We. Ha! You,
But is it currently inhabited?
well, you can enter. You can
I don't
enter
think it's
in.
like a residence right now.
It is inhabited. People are hiding.
Yeah, well,
You can enter
no.
the courtyard, surely.
I don't think it's inhabited by the owner though,
Who knows?
and the owner's probably dead.
We'll,
But either way, it's probably...
I guess we'll find out if I
I
can go in or not.
yeah, we'll roll up to the gate, I guess. And Kyron, or I guess Zacharias will shout up using some magic to enhance his voice. Who commands here?
A second.
As Zacharias' voice penetrates